Getting ready for a road journey from Ipoh to Singapore takes a little more than tossing your bags in the trunk. Before you hit the highway, let's make sure the important details are sorted. Your passport, visa status, arrival declaration, customs, and anything you are carrying across the border. This is the kind of preparation that feels boring right up until it saves you from a very stressful conversation at the checkpoint. We'll keep it simple and practical. And because entry and customs rules can change, always double-check the current official Singapore sources before your travel date. Let's start with the document that can make or break the whole journey, your passport. The first checkpoint on this trip is not actually at the border. It is the passport sitting in your bag. Take a moment now to check the expiry date. Discovering it at home is mildly annoying. Discovering it in front of an immigration officer is a much less charming travel memory. Travelers other than Singapore passport holders generally need at least 6 months of remaining passport validity, and everyone should carry a valid, individually issued travel document. It is also smart to save a secure copy of your passport details somewhere you can access if the original is lost or damaged. Just remember, the exact entry rules can depend on your nationality and document type. Once your passport is good to go, the next question is whether you need a visa. Sharing the same card does not mean everyone has the same visa requirements. A traveler's nationality and travel document type matter, so check the official Singapore ICA visa list before leaving Ipoh. If your document requires a visa, apply before travel through the authorized channel named by ICA, such as an authorized Singapore strategic partner or local contact in Singapore, and follow the current application instructions. Do not wait until you reach the immigration counter. A visa cannot be applied for at the border. One more important distinction. The SG arrival card is an arrival declaration, not a visa. And even if you have a visa, it does not guarantee entry. The immigration officer makes the final decision when you arrive. Next, let's look at that arrival declaration. The SG arrival card is one of those small forms that is easy to forget because it happens online before the journey really feels like it has started. For most travelers entering Singapore, submit it within 3 days, including the day of arrival. There are exceptions, including transit passengers who do not clear immigration and certain residents entering by land, so check the current ICA guidance for your situation. Use only the official ICA SG Arrival Card e-service or the My ICA mobile app. It is free. If a website suddenly asks for payment, slow down and check the address. You may be looking at a lookalike service. Save the confirmation with your passport details before you set off. And keep the distinction clear. This is an entry declaration, not a visa. Now we move from immigration to customs. Once you clear immigration, customs gives you a simple choice, green or red. Use the green channel only when you have nothing declarable. That does not mean you are invisible. Random checks can still happen. Use the red channel if you have taxable items, dutiable goods above the allowed limits, or goods that are controlled, restricted, or otherwise need to be declared. Also, declare anything you are carrying on behalf of someone else. The golden rule is simple. If you are unsure, do not guess and hope for the best. Stop at the red channel or ask a customs officer. A short question is much easier than explaining later why a mystery item appeared in your luggage. Next, let's separate items that are prohibited from items that may require approval. Now for the hard lines, items that should not be packed as ordinary travel goods. Singapore Customs distinguishes prohibited items from controlled items that may be allowed with approval. Chewing gum is generally prohibited, with limited exceptions for approved oral, dental, and medicinal chewing gum. Vapes, electronic cigarettes, vaporizers and their components, shisha, and listed imitation or smokeless tobacco products are also prohibited. Controlled drugs under Singapore's misuse of drugs regulations are not items you can simply declare and bring through. This is a red flag list, not the complete law, and rules can change. So before you zip the bag, check the current Singapore customs list. especially if an item involves tobacco, electronics, medicine, or anything regulated. Next, we'll look at the more nuanced category, controlled goods. Controlled is not the same as prohibited. It means the item may be allowed, but permission first. Depending on the item, that could mean a permit, an approval, a prescription, or paperwork from the relevant authority. Examples can include certain medicines, tobacco products, telecommunication equipment, plants, animals, and weapons. The important point is that the requirements are not identical for every item, so do not rely on a general rule or a confident guess from someone online. A red channel declaration is the right thing to do when you are unsure, but declaring an item does not replace a missing permit. Bring the supporting document with the item and check with the relevant Singapore agency before you travel. Now let's apply that thinking to everyday food and personal medication. Snacks and daily prescriptions seem harmless because they are for personal use, but that phrase is not a magic customs pass. Food rules depend on the category, the quantity, the ingredients, and sometimes the country of origin. Meat, seafood, eggs, and fresh produce can have specific source and quantity conditions, so do not rely on one blanket allowance for every food. Check the Singapore Food Agency's detailed list before packing. For medication, keep it in the original packaging and carry the prescription or a doctor's letter. Some medicines and ingredients, including certain psychotropic medicines or hemp seed products, may need approval from Singapore's Health Sciences Authority, even if they are legal where you bought them. Check the exact product early. That little bit of preparation can turn the border crossing into a routine stop instead of the most memorable part of the trip. Verify current official guidance before you leave, and you are ready to go.